Welcome to Master Muse, Olivia Harms. It is a pleasure and a joy to have you today. How are you feeling today on this? What's today? Sunday.
I know. Yeah, I'm doing good. We just, my husband and I just got back from church, and I'm joining you from the West Coast for sure.
Okay, so what part of the country are you in? Are you in Oregon or?
I'm from Oregon, but actually, my husband has a ranch in Northern California. So we are near Chico, if you know where Chico is, or 2 hours north of Sacramento. So
Okay,
we're like
so that's
way up in the tippy
upstate.
top of California. Yeah,
Okay,
very
that's
up.
California. Do people say that? Upstate California?
Upstate, I'm going to start saying it. It sounds glamorous. I'm
And
from
we
upstate
say,
California. Bougie.
I mean, we don't say, so we say Southern California. We say upstate New York.
Yeah, I
Maybe
guess
we
I've
only do it
heard
for us two.
Northern California, but I think I'm
But we
gonna
say upstate for like New York, and
upstate.
I've never said that. I don't say I live in upstate Georgia.
I like it though. I'm gonna keep that, Heather. It's coming with me long term.
Listen, it's going to be a good day. All right. Well, tell me how you started off. I know that your mom was in music, Joni. But tell me about what that was like when you were a kid. What kind of music was around? I mean, obviously there was some country music. Was that the only genre that you guys were listening to? And what was music like for you when you were a kid?
So I was born on a ranch in Oregon, and so it's been in my family since 1872. So I grew up like very much around ranching, cowboys, like agriculture, all of that. And my mom is a wonderful musician. And my very first day on stage was at 2 days old, which is wild. She was playing with Clint Black and Ricky Skaggs and Lori Morgan. She had this big gig at the Portland Speedway, and so she goes into the doctor and she's like, "Look, my kid is." Not, it's done and it has not arrived yet, so like, can we get this show on the
Take me out.
road? Is Yeah, take it out, we're done. And I don't want it to happen during like show day because I got to get to this show, it's a big deal. And so luckily he's a country music fan and he's like, okay, Joni, yeah, you're right, she's cooked, like, let's get her out. So on the 13th of June they went in, they entered and induced me, and then 2 days later my mom goes to her show like a champion and is just like, hey, look what I did the other day. And so all that to say, I literally was born into music and got my start on the road 2 days old.
Let's just talk about touring. What it was like as a kid, that kind of background of the touring process with mom.
Yeah, well, I think it like changed over the years because when I was young, like really young, let's say, I don't know, like the 5 to 8 or 9 range, like there wasn't a lot of responsibility she could give me, right? So, I mean, like she's just saying, you're coming along, kind of occupy yourself. I mean, I would go dance or I'd kind of watch the merch table if nobody was there. I remember I had all kinds of like jobs, but I wasn't really responsible for anything at such an early age just because, like, all I'm supposed to do is stay out of trouble and make sure that I'm like where she can see me and, not cause any trouble, not be any trouble, and all of the above. And so I remember just like dancing sometimes. I used to get up and sing I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart. She usually would have us come up and do like one or two songs during the show, then go back to the merch table or wherever the like designated spot was that she said, you hang out here and you don't leave and you don't go with anybody because, mom's on stage and she didn't always get to have my dad there to like help corral kids. So she's like,
So
you
you
stay
guys are
here.
kind of on your own. There wasn't like another person per se that was traveling with you. I mean, that would be hard to
Right.
do. But how do you pay
Yeah.
them?
I mean, yeah. So there wasn't, it does kind of sound like crazy, when you say it out loud. But yeah, I mean, she would be like, you stay here. I can keep my eye on you. Or like if we had a green room, she'd say, stay in the green room. Like you're supposed to stay here. You're in charge of your brother. You watch him. And then we did. We just like, we're very aware of like stranger danger. And mom said, stay here. So don't go looking for snacks in the back alley. Like, just yeah. Like
Don't be
make sure
don't
you
be
keep it in
leaving.
line.
Make sure you're still here when I come back. I mean, did you have a hard time? I mean, I'm an older sister too, so I certainly remember being in charge of my two little sisters, and it gets to a point where they start kind of resenting you. You're not mom, and you don't get to tell me.
Yeah.
Was your little brother kind of hard to wrangle, or were you guys just like really good kids and just did what you were told?
I think it was probably like I don't know that we were that good at kids, but like we were just really tight. My brother and I have always been pretty good buddies. And so I think it was more like you kind of watch out for me, I'll watch out for you. We'll stay here. That's what mom said. So, let's find something to occupy our time until it's our turn to go up and play. And I think that always helped too, is she'd be like, okay, now you listen for this song. And then I'm gonna have you come up and you're gonna do your little I want to be a cowboy sweetheart or excuse me, whatever my brother would sing. And then we'd be like, okay, well, we got to make sure we're counting the songs until it's our turn to play. And then we do our little show. And then we either go back to the merch table or the green room or wherever the side stage is that we're supposed to hang out at. And I think there's also like such a community around, like, sounds like we didn't have a chaperone, and there's a lot of times we didn't, but there's also, like the people that would own the venue or the festival or whatever it was that we were playing. There was always those people, like you would be or I would be. If someone was on stage and they're like, I don't have someone to watch my kids, can you
Right.
just like keep an eye on them? And of course, we'd be like,
Right.
yeah, I'm not going to play mom, but like, I'm going to make sure your kids don't go anywhere. So
Right,
I'm
and you're
sure that
probably
there
playing
was,
some similar, venues, so you get to know Bob at Bob's Shack's
yes.
bar or whatever, whatever it is. You can kind of repeat those venues, and then you come back and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe how big you are, Olivia.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, before we know it, you're gonna be on the stage."
Oh,
And you
yeah.
do you feel like even at like 8, you were like, "Oh, I can't wait till I'm big enough to do this on my own," or did you just think it was fun at 8?
I think at 8, I just like thought it was fun and I wanted to do it as my job, but I don't
You
think
did.
I fully grasped like what that was yet. I just was
Right.
like, this is so fun. And she makes people so happy. And like,
Mm,
you just sort of like, what a cool job. And then you don't really, at 8, I don't think like have a recognition of how much goes into it. Like, I don't think I could have realized the sacrifices that she had to make too. Like you think, what a great job and how much fun is the music industry? Great. But she's also like having to leave her home, having to leave her husband. You're sleeping in different beds every night.
yeah.
Or like there was a lot of times where we couldn't just always go with her, like we'd have to stay in school or I don't know, like she made a lot of sacrifice too. And I don't think at 8 years old you really realize what's gonna go into it.
And did you look at her? I mean, I imagine like if I was watching my mom do a thing that one I thought was really cool. I thought, yeah, maybe I might like to do that. And then you're kind of seeing her, and then people are coming up to her, surely after shows, and being like, "Oh, that song that you sing, I played it at my wedding, or I love to listen to it when I'm sad, or it speaks to me in whatever way." Is that part of the awe of like what she was doing for other people for you? I mean, especially as you were getting older, seeing kind of the impact that you can have on people. Was she writing her own songs, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's always like been a songwriter, and so I think for sure like when you hear people come up and talk about the influence that she's had on their life or their wedding song or the song you wrote helped me get through the like a death in the family, like all of that, really you're like, wow, I mean, life is hard enough as it is. It's a
Yeah.
hard world out there. So if I can be a part of something like what my mom is and bring joy to people or, comfort them. And that's really what songs are, if you think about it. Like how many times are you feeling blue and you're like, oh, this song knows exactly what I'm going through, or like I need to perk up, I'm having a bad day, and you have like your go-to songs. And maybe it's not like the same story, but like songs are just like this comfort blanket, because sometimes you just hear it and you're like it takes you back to a memory or it gives you what you need. And I just always was inspired by watching her to say that's what I would like to try to do with my life, is try to be that good hug through music that sometimes people need.
Now when you get to the point where you're like teenager, 12, 13, 14, which is a moody, broody time for a lot of people. Um, were you still traveling with mom at that point?
Yeah, off and on. I mean, as you get into high school, I think leaving during like your curriculum and stuff, like teachers are a little bit harder to just say, okay, go take your kid out all the time. I think we had to be a little more choosy on which trips I went on. I still got to go on plenty of them, but it wasn't quite as, like easy as when I was in grade school. And then yeah, they're just like, oh, sure, whatever. Like she can
Right.
figure it out. You're doing like the harder things and you have midterms and finals. And so like it was definitely a little less traveling while I was in high school, but still a ton through the summer when we were out of school. And like I never had a really like butting heads time with my mom. She's my best friend to this day. Like I talk to my mom every day. I'm very blessed to have such a cool mom. You have like the few times I think there was like she was always very cowboy, cowgirl, traditional country western music, and I love it. I've totally circled back and like I'm so proud to be a cowgirl. But I think when that's all you've known and all you've grown up with
Thanks.
is like, hey, you're gonna put on a wild rag and a hat and like this is your outfit for stage. And she's like, how do you make that transition? I think every mom deals with that probably is like if you've dressed your kid for 10 years and then one morning she wakes up and she's like, no, I'm going to dress
Yeah.
myself now. Like it's a funny transition to make. And I think that was like the only real large issue where I was like, I'm done with like the Western world because it's all I've known. It's all I've grown up around. Like I've been to so many cowboy gatherings and rodeos and like you name it. I've been there and I wanted to listen to Taylor Swift and like go more that direction,
Yeah.
because I was a little teeny bopper kid. And so then, I think I pivoted that direction and she totally supported it and let me go like the Taylor Swift route for a while and kind of changed my style, not as cowboy and just more contemporary. And then before I know it, like I kind of circled back, but on
I
my
feel
own
like you kind of
time and my
have
own
to
terms.
rebel a little. Like you're not really
Yeah.
doing your job as a young person if you don't go, this old thing,
Yeah.
this idea like that this is the greatest and coolest thing ever. And then you get away from it. It's like, oh, not everybody grows up in a ranch that's been around since 1872. Oh. So that's a
Yeah.
kind of a unique thing that doesn't happen every. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like you have to have that realization later. Nobody could tell you. So you go through this period of time where you're like, okay, I want to be Taylor Swift, but what was your interest in? Is it because Taylor started in kind of a country way and then went pop and that was appealing? Or what was it about Taylor that you really enjoyed at that period in your life?
Yeah, I mean, let's see, I don't know. I can't remember how old Taylor Swift is. I think I'm maybe like 5 or 6 years behind her. So when her very first album with Tim McGraw on it and like Our Song,
Yeah.
like that's what made me fall in love with Taylor Swift because she was very new. And then, You Belong With Me, like all this was in my high school years. And
Yeah.
so it really felt like I connected because you're just going through it. And she sang high school songs and
So
they were
great.
like hits for me. Um, and I
There,
think I was just like,
the people
she's,
that don't think that their hits are just haters. I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, I don't relate as much to some of her more recent music. I think, like you said, she's a fabulous artist, a heck of a businesswoman, so smart.
Right.
But, like, uh, when I was in high school and her songs were exactly what I was going through and dealing with. And it
Right.
was such a change from some of the like very traditional stuff that I had originally heard and like grown up with, more cowboy Western music. I was like, this is what I want. And it was just like the thing that I gravitated towards and was like Taylor Swift. I want to be like her. And so I went down that path for quite a while. Like I never wrote anything that was like off the charts crazy, like diverse from what I am now. I think it was just that like you go through that little stage, like the rebellion stage that you were
Right.
saying where you're like, I want to blaze my own trail. I want to do my
Right.
own thing and I don't want to be just like as silly as it is and how much I'm proud to be compared to my mom now. Like at that age, you want to be your own thing.
Right. It's hard. I feel like it's just it's a necessary thing. And then you're more sure. I feel like if you don't even take the chance to go a different direction, then how do you know that that's really where you wanted to be anyway?
Right, for sure.
I mean, especially if that's all that you've been around your whole entire life. What were the artists that your mother was listening to? What were the artists that were in the house?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of Dolly Parton, which I adore Dolly. There was a lot of Merle Haggard, Buck Owens, also like love those guys, Don Williams. Who else? I mean, she was always listening to George Strait and Brooks and Dunn too. I grew up with like Shania Twain was one of my very first loves also, like, Come On Over, that album, I used to
Yeah,
play that when it came out, and I was
so
6 or
good.
7, like, such a great album, and she got into it with me, so it wasn't like she just simply had one road that she went down,
Right.
like, we listened to a great array of music. It was primarily country or gospel or,
Yeah.
like, in the realm of what you would consider country music, um, but I mean, it was all good music. It wasn't like she was just sitting here and being like, "We listen to cowboy music only," and that's all. So when I was all about Taylor Swift, she's like, "Cool, yeah, she seems appropriate, like why
Yeah.
not? If you like her, great." She didn't ever like push back on me, and I think it's more like so many times for kids. I think it's more like you're like, "I'm gonna blaze my own trail," and then the mom is like,
You wanna be
"Okay,
your own person and not just be a carbon copy of anybody in your family. You wanna be
yeah,
you. You don't wanna be Joni, you wanna be Olivia. There's
right,
a difference. We're different people. I'm a different person. I'm not just like you. Not that there's anything wrong with mom and her music, but, sometimes I have a hard time when I know that somebody has a parent that is a musician. I don't wanna spend too much time talking about the parents'
right,
career because I'm like, well, I'm interested in Olivia, and it's great that there was an interview for Joni in Joni's time, but it's important to kind of understand how that kind of shapes how we get to where we are. So
for
when
sure."
you did start, you were writing music in your Taylor Swift days, in your
I was. Yeah, I actually, Santa Claus brought me my first guitar when I was 6 years old. So that was my very first one. Thank you, Santa Claus. And I started learning how to play. But again, like here I have this greatly talented mom, and she could have answered any questions or taught me. But I wanted to learn how to play guitar on my own. I wanted to figure out how to write songs on my own. And of course, like when I wrote a few or kind of had questions, I did put my pride aside and go ask her for advice or, her input, but for the most part, I was like, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to figure it out, and she was really supportive of that. And that's like one thing where a lot of times people will ask, "Did you ever feel like your mom pushed you into music?" And
yeah,
I can full-heartedly say no, she did not. She was not a like a stage show mom either. Like none of that. She when I said, "This is what I want to do," she would say, "Well, here, let me make a connection. I can open the door, but like
right.
you have to walk through it and you have to keep the door open." I'm not going to be like, "Oh, well, just because it's my kid, let's talk to all these people and then like let's get you an opportunity because you're my kid." She'd be like, "Nope, you gotta make it happen on your own." And it's really hard. It's not a easy business. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, why don't you try something else? Like, why don't you go have like a normal job?
I
And
feel
I
like
was
there's
like,
2
no,
different
like,
types of parents when it comes to whether, say actors or musicians or whatever it is. In this business, it's really difficult to get into. There's either the parent that was like, "Yeah, I mean, of course you wanna do it. I do it. You're gonna wanna do it, and yeah, that's the thing." And then there's the other parents like, "Are you sure? This is so hard. I don't,"
yeah,
and I feel like I would rather have the parent that's honest with you. It's like, "Listen, you were on the road with me. You did this with me. You have seen. I can tell you more stuff that's behind the scenes that maybe I didn't share with you because you were too young to know or understand.
right.
Like, if you're sure, then I am 100% behind you, but here's all the information." I like to go in with all the information.
Yeah,
I don't wanna walk into something and have no clue what to expect for any experience. I do really respect the fact that you were like, "I am gonna learn guitar by myself." I thought you were gonna tell me that you got a teacher instead of letting your mom teach you. You're like, "No, no, no. I can do
I'm gonna find a teacher.
it. I can do it by myself. I've seen you and I know what you do and I can do it." And then the same thing with songwriting. That's just a hardcore first child. I love it. So when you started writing music, did you ever have a moment where you were like, "Am I sure I want to do this?" Or have you
Yeah.
always just been like, "No, I'll figure it out."
I don't think with like the songwriting that was the challenge. I like because I've always been like, oh, if the song isn't coming together, you put the guitar down, you give it a day or two, and you come back and see if the idea was any good, or if you still are relating to it, or maybe then you finish it. The songwriting has always been like the really easy, like that's the fun part of my job, just like going out and doing shows. That's easy, it's fun, it's the most enjoyable. I think the part where you finally have those moments is when you're actively pursuing the career side. Like you're like, okay, no one just pays me a 9 to 5. I don't have a salary. Like I don't get to just clock in and be like, hey guys, I'm here, and then like leave and then turn it
Running
off.
today.
Like turn
Doing
yeah,
promo
like there's
today. I'll be making TikToks today.
yeah, there's no one that's like sitting here cracking the whip on me being like, "Hey, have you done
Right.
that yet?" Like it's all you. It's all, and that's the same for podcasts. It's the same for
Right.
lots of self-employed people. If you want it, you've got to go figure out where the opportunities are, convince them that you're worthwhile to listen to, and then like all of the other plethora of things that you have to like figure out, or like be like, okay, well shoot, this month is, I guess, a little bit on the dry side because I didn't book anything. Like I gotta go find some more gigs, or like no
Right.
one's just paying me to be a musician. Like that's not how it works. You have to figure out how to make the money, and then figure out where to put the money, and like it's just like a never ending. So I think
Have
that's
to
the
reinvest it into yourself, and where is it gonna
yeah.
go? And is it a studio time? Is it equipment? Is it a flights and hotels? Is it
Right.
a yeah.
Like that's the part I think where there's been lots of times later on, like down the career, where like the pursuing side, where you're like, man, I just feel like I've been paying my dues, as they call it, for a long
Right.
time. And I mean, I lived all over the place. I from Oregon. I lived in Nashville for 4 years, did songwriting there. Then COVID happened. So then I went back to Oregon because I didn't want to live in an apartment during COVID, like locked up with nowhere to go. So I went back to the ranch. Then, like, nothing seemed to change on the West Coast. They were all like strictly shut down for a while. And I was like, I think that's silly. So I'm going to figure out where is open.
Right.
Decided to buy a travel trailer and hook it up to my pickup. And I drove down to Texas and like kind of toured around Texas finding places. Then I ended up being like, Texas seems to like me. So I bought a house in Texas and like lived in Texas for a couple years. And then like then that was when God was like, here's your husband, but he lives on the West Coast. So now you're moving back to like, it's just like, I
Yay.
think, yay, but like, wow, okay, I've been everywhere. And I think in the middle of like all of that, when you're in, like, probably I've kind of come to more peace. Like, there's still a lot of stuff that I really want to pursue, um, but I think those two like very tumultuous times, like living in Nashville and pursuing it when you are such a small fish in a big pond, and then like when I didn't have any help, partnership, like nothing. I was buying a house in Texas by myself, or like living in a trailer by myself. I think those two times in life were so good for like realizing that I'm really born to do this, because they were not easy times. Those are putting you through like the, okay, everyone in Nashville is so talented. Like I mean, I think I'm okay. Like I think I'm good enough to keep going, but like that is a place that can break you. You get more no's than you ever get yeses in Nashville. It's not an easy town. Like it's a wonderful, fun, talented, creative place, but it's not a place where maybe you should go to get reassured of yourself. I wouldn't say, like, don't go there if
Yeah,
you're
like,
wanting
I'm not
cookies.
sure, and you go there and you're like, "Oh, just okay." The joke just
Yeah, I
all
think I'll just
right, one
head
Dixie,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not a place I'd recommend if you're like, I think I need some reassurance I'm doing the right thing. Don't go there. Like do not go there, because even your check out, like the person checking you out in the grocery store is probably a songwriter or a musician, or like, so
That's
that. And
what I
then
always thought about, like, LA and stuff. I was like, I I I get it. I do get it, but then I'm like, "But then you're just like a little fish in a very big pond."
mhm,
I don't know. I was talking to another artist who grew up in Kentucky, and I was like, when you think you grow up and you grow up in church and you sing in church and you're like, you're the best singer at your church.
mhm,
And you and your friends that do the little trio, you're the best trio in Southern Kentucky. And go,
yeah,
and that's all great and well and good. And then you go to Nashville and there's 75,000 trios out there that are just as good, and some of them will be better than you. And
mhm,
then you go, oh, and then it starts testing. How serious are you about this?
Oh, for
Because
sure.
I think, it's like, any advice that I ever hear, because I listen to a lot of different things, especially when it comes to, me continuing to do what I want to do, which is I want to interview people like you. When it comes to this kind of thing, it's like, well, the only thing that's really would full stop me is quitting.
Yeah.
I'd have to quit. But
Yeah.
if I don't quit, then my chances go up exponentially. And
Yes.
therefore, I just have to keep going and be whatever it is that I want to be, unique enough in my own way that I can find people to talk to, because I love the story and I love the music and it's my favorite thing. And so the same thing for all these artists that I talk to, it's like, just do it. Just do it and keep doing it, because like you said, the way that music connects us, you don't know, and I've said this several times, but you just don't know that the song that you're about to write isn't going to resonate with somebody in a way that they needed so bad.
Mm-hmm. It's so
That
true.
they had to have that song. They didn't even know. So I don't care how many no's you get, you go find your yeses.
That's
Go
right.
find all your,
Amen to that.
yeah. So, okay. So you moved around a bunch.
I did.
I also know that you did an album in 2021. So does that mean that you were recording during the pandemic?
It was, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, not to say that there wasn't a very honest like threat, and I'm not like gonna get into it, but like I was like, okay, once I know that like the people that I really care about are okay, my mentality has always been a dream doesn't chase itself. Like for every day that I put the brakes on, there's somebody else hitting the gas. So I don't ever want to be that gal that's like, oh, that's scary. Breaks, 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 because I'm being a detriment to myself. Like, I would rather be like, okay, if we're all nervous, like, I'll just go take the risk and I won't see you guys for a while, but I'm going to hit the gas because, like, this is my life. And, like, I'm not going to
I
just live in
you
fear.
guys. I can't stop. Harry Styles said, well, and they asked him, was like, well, did you stop at the pandemic? He was like, well, I did give myself about 6 weeks. And then I just kind of told everybody I was going to get back in the studio if they could come if they wanted to, but I kind of wanted them to. I was like, I cannot imagine being his team and being like, it's only been 6 weeks. Like,
I
are you
know.
sure? And he was like, we got to write an album. I don't have time
Yeah,
for
come
this.
on. Yeah. Well, that's so true though, because you do. You're like, well, I mean, I might as well be putting my time to use. What else am I going to do? Like, the world's going to come back. Like, we're not
He was
done
the first one to
forever.
put a tour out. I was there.
Yeah.
I was
I
there
mean,
in
that's
2021
amazing.
with my mask on with 15,000 people. And I was like,
Yay. Oh my gosh. I love it.
let's go. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's so
you
true
made
though.
the decision to you're gonna make an album. Rhinestone Cowgirl came out in 2021.
Yeah. But we
What was
recorded
that
it during
process?
2020. So it
Yeah.
was like we were there. We recorded in May and June of 2020. So it was kind of like the same. I was like, yeah,
Same.
no,
You're
we're
with Harry
done.
Styles. You're like, we're just doing it. The hardcores
Like
are doing it.
I'm not I don't want to be that person that's like I'm not afraid. But then at the same time, like I am like a Jesus lover. And so then I'm like, he's got a plan. Like I'm not the one making the decisions anyways. So my trust is in him, and I'll just keep living my life and chasing my dream, and hopefully like the world will all come back and everything will go back to normal. And like here we are, and we're all
Here we
fine.
are.
So yeah, so I mean, like, that was crazy to, like, have to travel, and, like, people were like, "You're going?" And, you deal with that. You deal with
Right.
people, but that's not that different than what I've dealt with before. It's on a bigger level for people to kinda have their really serious opinions about how I was traveling, and my mom came with me, and they're like, "How can you be doing this to your mom?" Like, I ain't doing nothing to my mom. She wanted to come with me. Like, she made her
Right.
choice.
An adult.
Like I'm going, and she decided she wanted to come be a part of it. So I'm glad she's here.
Okay, so Rhinestone Cowgirl comes out.
Mhm.
How are we feeling? And what was the plan? Was there a specific tour kind of planned? I know that you do a lot of your, if not all of your bookings in 2021, where you're like, okay, you're just finding the places that are open and are willing to let you perform.
Yeah, it was kind of like I kind of call it like a guerrilla tour, honestly, because you're out there being like, okay, I'm going to do this. And like, you kind of have to take whatever is starting to come your way, whatever is not. Like, it was just such a mix of, we all remember it, but it's like for the artist, you're like, I have to make money. I have
Right.
got to, like, like I said earlier, no one just pays me to be a musician. I
Right.
have to go find the opportunity. I just paid for an album. Like, I got to recoup some things. I want to
Right.
go push the album. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go figure this out. And then finally, after the West Coast just gave me so much trouble, because they were still under the impression that getting together was so dangerous, I was
Right.
like, I'm gonna go to Texas. My music has done really well in Texas. I have a lot of like listeners there. So by golly, that's where I'm headed. Like, and they're open. Nobody shuts Texas down. They're their own place. Like, you don't
It's its
mess
own
with
country,
Texas.
right? Texas
Yeah,
is its own country.
I think so. So I was like, I'm gonna go down there. They'll like me, or maybe they'll, give a Oregon girl a shot. And they are like as welcoming and kind as you hear about. But once in a while, still there was few people that were like, we don't know about you. You're from Oregon. And I was like, okay, well, like I'm here because I like you guys. So let me be a friend.
Come on, give us a hug. Come on. It's great.
Come on.
I love it. Okay. So you're in Texas, you're performing, and is this when you met your husband?
No, I met my husband. It's a great question, though. I met my husband playing at a music festival in my hometown. Like, I have traveled all over the world thanks to my mom, thanks to my own music career. And in Canby, Oregon, my little hometown, they put on a Texas Red Dirt music festival, and Zach Bryan was the headliner. And I was like the 2 or 3 p.m. opener, like really
Yeah.
hot time slot. Everyone loves to rage in the
Whatever. It's a time
afternoon.
slot. Listen, it's a time
It
slot.
is.
I'm
It
there
is
for
a
that.
time slot.
I'm there
We
for the
went.
2 p.m.
We were there. It's good. And so I was like, well, this is odd. I played my 45-minute set in my hometown. My mom was there because you can't keep mama away. And I was like, well, I'm done now for the rest of the day. I barely ever get Saturdays off in July or August. So, like, let's hang out, mom. Let's listen to the rest of the music. I'm excited to hear Zach Bryan. And my husband, remember, is from upstate California. So,
Right. Glad.
so
We'll
yes,
never forget
he's
that.
never. I'm gonna use that forever. Like, yeah, my friend Heather says upstate, so we're doing that.
That's just what it is. This is a
It's what we're
perimenopause
doing now.
menopause brain. It's a very special brain. It's
It's
lacking
an up.
estrogen and progesterone.
That's okay. I'm lacking all kinds of things. But you know what? We like to have fun, so that's all
Yeah.
that really matters.
Yeah, it's okay.
Uh,
At least I can laugh at
but
myself instead of getting terribly embarrassed that I said upstate California, but whatever, it's fine. So your
I,
husband from upstate California, which you
yes.
didn't know, he was like, "Hi, my name is so and so. I'm from upstate California." You went, "What's
And
that?"
I was like, I'm sold. Tell me where to sign. Yeah, it's pretty close. Like, I mean, he had convinced his best friend, and of course, like where we live is about 7 or 8 hours from Canby, Oregon. So it's a drive. It's not like they were
Oh
just
wow.
like close by and thought, oh, this sounds fun. No, they looked, and my husband was a big Zach Bryan fan, and he was like, well, this music festival is the closest that Zach Bryan is going to be to us. So, like, let's
Okay.
load in the pickup and let's go on a weekend trip to this whatever Canby, Oregon is. So they're up there. They did not hear me sing. That's
I was gonna
fine.
say that was my next question.
Yeah, no, he didn't hear me. He was recovering from his previous night, I think. But my mom, we like come in through the back entrance, and we're like hanging out, listening to music, and she's like, this guy, he will not quit looking at you. Like, you should go say hi. And I think he's really cute. And I was like, Mom, I am done with boys. Like, they are
Yeah.
respectfully, they are all dumb. They
Same.
like, they never like turn out. I'm going to focus on me. And I had been doing that for a while. And I was like very just content and comfortable. My career, like, let's put my energy into things that aren't going to let me down. Like,
Right.
let's do that. Even if I get a no, like I can get up and keep going. It's not like putting your
Right.
energy into someone where you're like, that's a waste of time.
Right.
And she's like, okay, well, I think he's, cute. You should at least go say hi. And this went on for a while. And so finally I was like, okay, mom, like I have to go to the bathroom. He's on the way to the bathrooms. So like I will just slide on past. I'll say howdy. Then I'm going to go pee and we'll be done. Okay. And she's like, okay.
Thank you.
So I go over and I remember I was like, well, just get this over with, like appease my mom. And I got close and I was like, hey, that's a nice shirt, And then he like took his sunglasses off and I was like, oh crap, he is actually like very attractive guy.
Oh,
So then I locked up a little and then I remember truth, like total honest of the story is I was like, okay, well, I have to go to the bathroom. And then I left him and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just butchered this so badly. I told this strange, like hot man that I need to go to the bathroom. Like he's not coming back for me. No way. He's done.
I don't like women that go to the bathroom. I definitely like women that don't do that. That's disgusting.
But then I was in there, Heather. I was in there and I was like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe if I say hi on my way back, maybe then it will like redeem it. And then my mom's watching from afar. And then she sees that I go to the bathroom and then I come back and I do the whole like, well, I'm done. So it was nice to meet you. And
Answer
then
that. Did you wash my
I
hands?
just,
Can I go
it's
potty?
okay. I got the
Sorry.
hand sanitizer on him. Like, so cringe. This story was so bad. And my mom saw the whole thing and she's like, I think we need to go get a drink. I think we need to leave. And I was like, yeah, I think we do, mom. I think we have to leave, like vacate the
So
premises.
awkward for you.
That was terrible. I'm not proud.
You didn't do it good. That was not what I was expecting.
No, we're really, yeah, you are out of practice. So like we're no more setups. So we left for like
Whoopsie.
an hour and a half, went to the green room, went and like got, drinks. I don't know what we did. And then we came back and she's like, he's making a beeline for you. Like he's coming. Like get ready. And I was like, okay, he's probably like, make fun of me or something. And no, he
Thought
just
he lost
asked
you.
if yes, yeah. I mean, hard to find a woman like just tells you she's got to go to the bathroom and then comes back and
I
shakes
could go
your
to the bathroom.
hand.
It's like, here. She looked me straight in the eye. Was like, I have to go to the bathroom. Man, I'm hooked. I'm
Sold.
gonna marry this girl.
Yeah, I think he was like,
Honesty. She's clean.
she's she's very direct in her conversations. Really lets me know. Yeah, by the end of the night, my mom left at a certain point. She's like, "Listen, like I like him. I think you guys are safe. You just call me when you want to ride home." Yeah, it made me feel like I
Yeah,
was in high school again because she's like,
love
"I'm
it.
20 minutes away. I'm not going to make it till 2. Just call me when
Right.
you want to ride home." She leaves. I spend, time with my husband. And I mean, at a certain point, I remember he looked at me and he's like, I have never met anyone like you.
Love.
You are unique. And yeah, I don't know. I guess from then on, he was like, I'm not going to be bored if I'm with you, am I? And I was like, no, honey, you're not. You're not going to be bored with me. So
It's
here we
you know
are.
what? I used to really struggle with feeling like a lot as a human until the last several years, and I was like, yeah, I like the idea that if you don't like me and you think I'm too much, go find less. It is everywhere. Less
Yes.
is so abundant. But I'm going to be muchness from here on out. Lots of
And I'm
muchness.
proud of it. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going to be proud of what we are and how we were made and I'm not
yes.
going to feel sad about it.
No,
I'm going
because
to
he was
tell
like,
you I have to
"Look,
go to the bathroom.
so good. You do have to. Don't go. There's going to be a way different, weirder problem."
Way weirder problem. I might as well just be a human right off the bat.
I just love it. I love it. That is a great, great story.
So,
Well,
yeah, not what people
congratulations.
expect.
And congratulations on finding your person. I know that everybody is like, "Where's my person?" Oh, they're coming. maybe.
I know. I hate that. And I even hated that, like, I'm grateful that I found him. That's not to be misunderstood, but like I hated so much that it was just like I just was like, really, God? Like, honestly, anytime that you finally give up, and that's what people say, people are like, I've given up. I'm like not even interested in it. And then it happens. And I was so disappointed that that was my story because I had
Yeah.
heard that from so many people that I
How
didn't want to
totally right.
be, I did not want to be a part of like that
I
reassurance.
but I think what's important in that lesson is not just that, when you stop, when you give up, when you're hopeless, oh, Lord have mercy, when you focus on you and
Yes.
you stop being so centrally focused on this one thing, that when you get it doesn't mean that all of it aligns. What
Right.
aligned is that you were in a great place for you. You had
Yeah.
decided, I like my company. I enjoy what I'm doing. I have a focus. I have a plan. And then people see that and they go, oh, a woman who knows what she wants. Oh, that's so attractive. She has to go to the bathroom, she said. You know what I mean? She wasn't, you weren't desperate and afraid that if you walked away, and maybe in the back of your head, you were like, oh, I should, but no, you did exactly the right thing, because otherwise it would have read like I'm standing here and like I've got wet pants after an hour of sitting here talking to you because I'm so afraid that if I walk away from you, I'll never see you again. It's like, well, that went kind of weird. Oh, well, move on, go get drinks, come back a while later. And then he's like, man, I almost lost her in the crowd.
Yeah.
But you were in the right space. It's not that we have to be desperate and hopeless. It's that we have to be in a place where we understand who we are and what we're about and where we're headed. And then that sometimes leads to finding a person who's like, oh, yeah, keep me
Oh,
entertained. Yeah.
absolutely. And I think that's like you said, like that is truly the biggest blessing of all. All of my girlfriends, any woman, man, whatever. If they're like, what should I do? Like how do you recommend that I proceed with dating? And I'm always like, do you enjoy your own company? Like that's where I would start. And that's how I lived my life for a really long time. I mean, I just now like 30 and like got married a year ago. So it's not
Mhm.
like I got married really, really young. And I mean, I was alone most of my 20s, living by myself with just my two dogs. And like, if you're okay by yourself, I think that's the best gift that you can give yourself is to just be okay with your own company. Take a trip by yourself, go have dinner by yourself, and don't look on your
Yeah.
phone. Like,
Yeah.
if you can truly just sit there and say, I'm okay. This is, yeah, it's uncomfortable to like sit here in a restaurant and order for one and not be like stuck on my phone the whole time, but
Right.
like make contact with strangers. Like,
Yes.
I think I think you're really setting yourself up for success because then you're going to stand firm in knowing what you want instead of just being like, well, I'm lonely. So like this one is okay. I guess I can
Right.
deal
Because when
with
you're
this.
hungry,
Mhm.
what will you eat? You'll have a McDonald's burger.
Right. Right. I know.
You'd eat anything.
I
You'd
know.
have, I don't know. I guess I'm really just going to talk bad about McDonald's instead of going into a whole bunch of brands here. But I'm just saying, you'll eat anything. You'll have crackers and ketchup because it's all you have in the house because you're so starving. Instead of having like a delicious steak
Yeah.
with a real loaded baked potato with a delicious crisp salad with your favorite beverage. Then yeah, okay, well, I knew that I was going to get to eat again. I wasn't so starved. And I'll
Right.
eat again. It'll be fine. And if I don't, I mean, I'm in a place in my life. It's like, um, sometimes my daughter will be like, "Oh, you'll definitely find somebody again." I'm like, "Listen, I have done it twice, and I am so tired of being a man's anything. I
Yeah.
have done it. I've had great, fun love, very fun and adventurous, and all of that. And then I had like, I'm a baby love, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I was a terrible wife. I did it."
Mhm.
And now I would like to do this. And I don't know how I could fit in somebody who needed something from me all the time. So he
Yeah.
would have to be a very self-service person, right? Like, and that's the other thing that you bring into the relationship. Then you're a whole person. You're not looking for him to complete you. It's like, oh, look how we balance each other out. This is so nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, all I need you to do is like maybe open the pickle lid once in a while,
Yes,
but
please be my strong
overall,
arm.
I've
Yes.
got it. I don't need you.
Stronger. And that's all. I tell my son, I was like, it's the only reason you're here is you're the strongest one in this house. And that's not saying a lot. But it is saying something. And you're the person that I'm going to make climb into the attic and he won't touch the bugs. So
Nope,
that's
it's
perfectly useless that way. So I have to do that still. And my roommate sent me a thing and she was like, I found a bug. And I was like, you took a picture of the bug and you didn't kill the bug?
you just took a picture. Okay, you captured him in another way.
I was like, okay, so I'll get the bug. Don't worry.
I'm
Apparently
coming. Yeah.
it's hours later.
You can learn to kill your own spiders. Like I even mastered that and I don't love it. I do not love it. But like truly,
Every time
and
I'm
you
like,
feel
don't
like
scream, don't scream. I'm like,
yeah, I know. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I got you. You're dead now.
it's the worst, but I can do it. I can do all things.
And it's freeing.
Okay.
It's freeing to kill your own
Turned
bugs.
into a dating show, but very important story. And also it's very relatable to so many people who are out there and just I feel the desperation sometimes. My daughter's 26 and she's like, it's never going to happen. I'm like, it is.
It will happen.
It is a desire of your heart. And I just believe that it is going to happen. And I just think that you just got to stop focusing. Well, how do I stop focusing? It's all I want. I was like, it can't be all you want.
No, I agree. Yeah, you can't. That can't be all you want. And like that's my advice to young ones or my friends that like haven't found it yet. And I want them to find it too. Like I look at some of my friends, I'm like, you guys are so amazing and like such a great catch. But like, yeah, I know you got to be okay by yourself. You got to stop looking
Right.
and then just like be a real person. Like my story is not maybe how I would have orchestrated it to go. Like
Right.
that's maybe not what I would have wanted to tell my future kids. Like, yeah, I met your dad because I told him I had to go to the bathroom. But like at least it's real. It's a very like honest,
I
this
think
is who I am.
that will be, they'll go, yeah, that sounds like mom.
Yeah. I feel like,
She's
oh
very
yeah.
She's very straightforward. She wasn't messing around. And, and they'll know. It's like, and dad probably thought that was hilarious, or whatever. They'll know. Okay, let's talk about the road. Taylor Sheridan and Blake Shelton and a television show. How did this happen?
Yeah, I still ask myself that. I honestly have no idea. I have to like again give like the glory to God because I think he just saw that I was not going to give up and he was like, "Okay, let's give her
Great.
a nugget. Like let's just give her a nugget cuz she's not going to relent." And so literally like a year ago, I'm sitting on my couch and I was doing the less glamorous part of the job where you're doing emails and creating content or like trying to proof things or whatever the heck I was doing. And all of a sudden I get a call and it wasn't a number I had saved, so I answer and I'm like, "Hi, this is Olivia." And the guy on the other end is like, "Okay, well, like this is like Olivia Harms, or am I talking to an agent or something?" And I was like, "No, no, this is Olivia Harms. Why?" And he says, "Oh, my name's Taylor Sheridan, and I was calling because I'm curious to see if you'd be interested in putting or being a part of a show that I'm putting together with Blake Shelton." And I was like, "You've got to be joking me. Like one of my friends is being a turd and they're like spamming me or like doing something awful to me." So I was like, "No way, like, haha, funny, funny." Like, and I was kind of like that on the phone. And he was like, "Ma'am, like, I'm serious." Then I was like, "Oh, crap." Like, this actually is Taylor Sheridan, I think. And I'm kind of not being serious with him.
I was being, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
I'm sorry. I'll be like, "Can you hold, please?" I don't know that he would have hold. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I didn't pull out my natural tricks, but finally I was like, "Okay, yes, yes, I would very much like be interested. How?" And he's like, "Well, I heard your music. You played a very small, intimate house concert in Fort Worth, and I heard you there." And then I like clicked, and I was like, "Yeah, I guess he was there." I remember it was like a very small, like maybe 15 to 20 people, and I thought I had seen him and his wife Nick, and I thought, "Wow, that's cool." And then I just kept going on with my job because like in music, there's so many times where you think you see somebody or you play in front of somebody and they're like someone cool or someone not cool, or they say they're going to do something for you and then they don't. And so you just kind of
Yeah.
like get some very thick skin, and I'm like, "Cool, I played for Taylor Sheridan tonight, whatever." Like I'm not
Yeah.
going to let that make my whole dreams just blow up, and it's going to happen for
Right.
me. And so I reminisced, and I was like, yes, okay, that was great. I'm glad we had a chance to connect. And he said, I'll have my casting producer get in touch with you. And bam, bam, bam. By the end of the day, I'd done a Zoom interview with the casting producer. Um, and I like by the time my husband came home, I was like, so I had a really strange day. I guess I might be on a TV show with like Blake Shelton and Taylor Sheridan, and it's gonna happen in just a couple of months if I make it. Like, how was your day, honey? Like, how bizarre. Like, my day started like just prepping for Christmas and doing emails, and the next thing you know, you might be on a show. Like, so weird. So
Wow.
yeah, I jumped through a couple hoops. Like, there's all this stuff that you have to do if you're gonna be on reality TV or music competition show. Like, unbeknownst to me, because I've never tried to be on TV before, so I had no idea what I was getting into. But NDAs, and you have to do a background check and like sign contracts and all this stuff. I even had to take a proctored psych test, which is a wonder that I passed
They do a
that.
psych
I
test to make sure you're
They
not crazy.
did. Yeah, I don't know how I passed that, but
It's because you didn't tell me I had to go to the bathroom in the first phone call.
maybe, yeah.
She's all right. She's good.
Yeah, they're like, she'll be good for TV. She's a nut. Like, she'll be great.
Gotta have that. There's that too.
But crazy, like so crazy. And then they took more than the 12 that they selected. They flew us to Burbank the beginning of February in 2025, and we did executive callbacks. And so that was like crazy because I knew a lot of the musicians ahead of time. I'd either heard them or I've heard of their names, or like through the industry, I've been connected. And I was like, these guys are all so good. I remember I got the list the morning that I was going to fly out, and I called my mom and I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. Like, I'm excited to go because this will be a really cool opportunity. But I was like, out of like this, it was like more than double of 12. Like, there was a lot of people. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. Like, I know these people, I know they're so talented. Some of them have huge social media followings. Like, I don't know why I'm even like gonna go. But she's like, just go, make the best of it. Like, you believe in yourself. Like, give me the mom chat, you know.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, okay, well,
Don't talk like that about yourself.
you know, you just like that's the truth of
Yeah.
our
Take
industry
yourself out. Don't
sometimes.
compare yourself to other people.
And that's probably one of the things that we are all so guilty of doing that we
Yes.
like shouldn't. It's a terrible, terrible habit.
Oh,
But in our industry, like when that's what people do to us, you start to
right.
like adapt that habit. And so I was like, okay, I will vow not to look at anybody's social media before I go. I won't listen to their Spotify. Like, I'm
Nice.
just gonna totally put my blinders on and be nice to everyone and like make friends and just like focus on my own thing. And so
Yes.
you go in and you,
That's great advice. Say it again. Say
yeah,
it
I
again.
mean,
What did
it's
you do? You
just
didn't.
focus. Yes.
You did you didn't get on their Spotify, you didn't check their social media, you didn't go, "Oh, let me see how they did a rendition of Blue and I did a rendition of Blue and whose is better." You didn't do any of that. You focused on being a good human and doing the best that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody listening. Everybody listening. That's
Well,
it.
at the end of the day, I was like, that's all I can control at the end of the day. And I have to focus on like if I really want this opportunity. And I really did. And I was like, okay, I gotta do the very best at controlling what's in my hands. The rest of that I have to understand that it literally is out of my hands. So
Right, right,
whatever
right.
that is, I gotta let it go and I gotta not look at it. And so I mean, it's definitely a crazy experience. I'm not one who gets terribly nervous. I don't know if that's just because I'm like kind of just like already like a very loud, boisterous kind of person also. Like, I tell people I have to go to
Right,
the bathroom, or if it's because I've grown up in music. But
right.
I remember going into the interview, and it was about each person had about 15 minutes where you could sing half of an original song and half of like a cover song. And then you had a little bit of Q&A time in front of Blake Shelton, Taylor Sheridan, all of the executives of CBS, like the presidents and all these like huge, huge successful people. You only got a little bit of time to like convince them that you need this opportunity and be whatever it is you think they could possibly be looking for. And I had to get myself to have my legs stop shaking at one point. I was like, Liv, you have got to calm down because you are so like you want this so bad, and you can tell that they're like making notes, and like the judging is real. That's what they have to do to choose who they want to be the contestants on their show. And so, like, I remember one of the guys, one of the, like, I don't want to call him a handler, but he was like helping all the contestants know where to be and when. And he was like, "You did really good. That was really good." And I remember being like, "You're nice. You have to tell everybody that. Like, thank you, but like, no, I'm always going to be my own worst critic." Like, if we're being totally honest, like, that's just the honest part, is I'm always the one that's like, okay, I'm going to keep myself on the very, very, very low. And then if it's a surprise that's good, then I'll get excited. But I would rather like push it all down until I know it's good news, versus when you're like, "It's going to be great. I made it. I made it." And like have all this energy and then
Okay.
have to like be crushed.
Okay.
So then when I got the call, it was so sweet though, because the little casting producer guy, he was like, Alex really wanted me to tell you that he meant what he said. Like, he really wanted you to receive it. And like, he meant what he said when he complimented you, and he didn't compliment everyone. And I was like, okay, I
You
take it.
needed that. That was a special little gem for you.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
And also, I also think that it's important that when, even if they don't mean it, it doesn't matter really.
Right. It's
You
true.
can just receive it and
Yeah.
take it in, because it's a gift that was given to you, and whether or not it's whatever their intent was behind it, it's like, no, I'll take that in. I
Yeah.
need all of the good energy and good feeling and encouragement, because this is the direction that I'm headed. And I don't allow, I already am, it's hard for me to control my own mind and not say the negative things that I want to say. That wasn't the best. You messed up that one part. You should have held that a little bit longer. You didn't take a big enough breath. Whatever, all these things that we do to ourselves, that when somebody volunteers a kudos and you're thinking, you tell everybody they're amazing. Go back and watch all of my interviews and see what I say. And watch all
Well,
of them. I'm just telling you,
yeah.
I do not say the same thing to everybody.
Well, and that's so true. That's such good advice. I think it's just like one of those. Yeah, like it's probably one of the ugly parts of like just being honest when you're looking at like how you are about your own, like you're just your own worst critic, I think.
Right.
And like in our business, we get told no so often, or we get like rejected pretty commonly. It's
Yeah.
not something that's fun, but I think you just have to accept it in like being like a podcast host or like a
Yeah.
musician or whatever it is. Like we just don't sometimes.
I get ignored all the time. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is weird. People didn't even respond back. Okay. And then,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, well, we would, but like, what's how many, I'm like, oh, right. Okay.
Oh yeah, because all I am is a number. Like that's my
And I
worth
also want
now.
to be like, you should probably listen to anything that I've done. And I'm going to tell you, I listen to other people who interview. I'm not trying to compare, but I'm doing a good job.
You are doing a good job.
That's what you should need. That's what it needs to be, really, is like, you are doing a good job, Olivia. You are. And you don't have to compare yourself to anybody, because I'm going to tell you, your fans don't care about those other 12 or 23 people.
Right.
They just like you. And they like what you're putting out, and they like this. It's like your specific tone of voice. And it's like this thing that like and they're like, when she sings, it's so, I mean, it's like when you really think about the people that really enjoy your music, and those are the only people that you're trying to attract.
Absolutely.
Who cares if okay, great. There's plenty, and there's room. I find
There
people that I
is.
enjoy every single week. There is room. And those are two things I have to tell myself. It's like, there are a lot of interviewers out there. I wish I would have brought my here, but of course I have it. They're right over there. Two giant Stanleys full of liquid that are taunting me from the
You
corner.
can grab them. It's okay.
Getting out of this pocket.
Should I have one for you? You made me want one now.
However,
So mean. So mean.
that's what I would have done.
You
I
made
love
it sound so good.
But that thing that I have to tell myself is like, it doesn't matter. There's room. I try really, really hard to celebrate the people that are winning. I'm like, because sometimes I'll pass them as I'm going through my TikTok, and I'm like, because they're doing the thing that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I pass them and I go, you go back, you comment, you like, you repost, you share, because that's what you want people to do for you in the future, right now, or whatever. Don't have that split second. You're doing the thing.
That's so true. Yeah. Don't
And it's
like,
hard, like just to kind of try to reprogram your natural inclination, maybe to be competitive. I don't know that I don't know that I would have ever said that I was competitive until I started doing this. And then
mm-hmm.
I've been doing it for how long?
I know. Yeah. And that's where it does get you is you're like,
Yeah.
I know that nobody just has it happen overnight. I know that. But then
No,
you
I
see
mean,
some people and you're like, ooh,
seven-
I have
well, I
been
mean, look
grinding a lot
at Chapel
longer.
Roan. Chapel Roan 7 years ago, I think it was 2018, was standing out there with her red keyboard, like in a square, singing Pink Pony Club.
Oh my gosh.
Same song.
Yeah.
It's not even a song that, like, to me, what I took from that was like, it's not that she wasn't writing good songs yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that the songs that she had written weren't good enough. It's that
Absolutely.
it wasn't the time.
Yeah. She didn't have like I think that's the nail on the head is like it's not that we're not good. It's not that our our content that we're putting out isn't good or we're not writing or interviewing the right way. I think it's just like you don't have that moment whether it's someone gives you the opportunity or the
Right.
platform or like for me like a label like I'm limited. I can only do so much with so much money that I have. If
Right.
I had endless amounts of money, even though I don't want this to be the conversation, like if I had more money, I could totally get more listeners and make my music go to where it needs to be. But
Right.
when you're just like limited on your resources and you don't have a label or, like a broadcast station like pushing you, then it makes it a lot more difficult to like go find those places or like figure out who you need to get your music in front of because you're like I'm only one person and I'm already running around like a chicken with my head cut off all the time. So like how do I get that help to like have the experts that know like okay, Pink Pony Club, this is a hit. Like if you're just hearing it on a square, like why we should just hear it out in like the square downtown and be like
It wasn't its
what a
time.
rocker.
I just think it wasn't its time. And then it came around, and wherever she needed to be, whatever happened. But she had a record deal when she was 18 or
Huh.
17. She had a record deal and it didn't work out, and it didn't hit, and whatever they didn't work. But it's like you're talking about you did a room of 15 people. That's not the maximum amount of money that you could put into that
Right.
song, but Taylor Sheridan happened to be there. You just like there's a guy that did and I cling to this. There was a guy that was doing a YouTube channel, and he was putting out content every week, and he always had 6 listens, and 5 of them were his mom.
Oh.
But one of them was Oprah Winfrey.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
And she contacted him, and he has like a show on her network now. So it's you don't know who's listening or who's paying attention. It's like I don't know how some of this stuff is happening. Like I've gotten to the point now where people are reaching out to me like, this is how this happened. Somebody found me and was like, hey, will you interview my person? I'm thinking, how did you find me?
Yeah.
Like, I have nobody. It's not happening. But I'm not. Oh, but I'm going to tell you. I feel like I'm in the. I'm like you just you wait.
That's
Just
right.
everybody, just wait. And then when these people come back after they've made their big deal and be like, please, can I see Heather Lovelady? Can you put her on the list of people I'll interview with? I'm like, oh yeah, and we're doing the long interview form because I don't like that. I don't like that
We
10 or
don't like the
15.
Good Morning America version.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to go back to the road and what it was like. You get the call. Yes, you are a contestant. Yes, you have been whittled down from the 24 plus or however many people down to the 12. So get excited. Was it an email or a phone call?
It was a phone call. It's actually a Zoom. So like they called me in the afternoon, and that was the craziest part. And I love my husband so much, but he does not like ruminate on things with me. And like I don't know, like girls, like if you, I think that's probably like a cattle term because like you'll chew your cud and then gross swallow it, but then like a little later you're like I need to talk about this again, and up it comes. And so like I'll call my best friend And I'm like, they called me and they said, "Hey, are you going to be available tonight for a Zoom call?" And I was like, "Yes." And then they were like, "Okay, goodbye." And that was all I got. And I was like, "Do you think that they are going to Zoom everybody and tell them no? Like, do they want to deal with the criers? Do they want to make everybody sad? I feel like that's an email thing." And I go out and
That's
I tell my husband this, and he's like, "I don't know. I don't know." And I was
why
like,
did they
"Dang you. I
we
need to
know
like,
that you don't know. Can we just start there? Let me
what do
start
you
this way
think?"
before I ask you this question. I know you don't know,
I want to know what you
but
think this means.
think about it.
Yeah. And so I was like, "We're done here. You're not what I need
Go
right
away.
now. I love you,
Go
but
away.
we're
I don't even
done." So I call my
I
best
have to
friend
go
and
back.
she was like ruminating on this with me for like 3 hours. I don't know what I was doing. I couldn't like sit still because I'm like, maybe they
Yes.
have, it has to be a yes, right? Like, why would they Zoom? I think it was like 28 people. Or why would they Zoom 28 people and like half of them or more than half of them be
Or
sad?
maybe they're gonna get us all on a Zoom, and there's gonna be 28 of us on a Zoom, and they're gonna call out our names like cattle and be
Yeah,
like, "You're out."
done. And I was like, I don't know what
And
to
then they're gonna
expect.
go bloop, and all the 16 people disappear.
Gone. You're done.
And then everybody else left just like this.
Okay.
And you're like, "You're the people."
Yay. So crazy. Like I had every possible scenario up here, like just simmering
Yeah.
away. So then finally I get my turn and it was just like this private call where the casting producer, he goes into the whole thing and they just do this on purpose. They're like, "Well, your audition went well, and Taylor and Blake, they liked what they saw, and well, like it's a hard process." And you're just like, "Dang it, let me have it already. Like, is it a yes or no?" And then
Just get
finally,
out.
yeah, he's like, "But they want you to be on the show." And so then, of course, the waterworks come because I'm just like elated
Do
and
you ever get I don't know. If you think about it, if that was your like job to deliver news, like you do everybody does the joke of like, well, it's a really difficult process. There's a lot of contestants. A lot of people tried. You did a good job. It was not so bad. And you and you're like,
Are you kidding me right now?
yeah,
Like,
like I
really?
don't
That's how we're
jokes
doing
on.
this. Okay.
Only for you. It's not for me. It's not a woohoo. No, I was devastated. I was composing my face. I was calling back tears to the back of my eyeballs. I was unclenching my fist. I dug a hole in my hand. And now I have to be like, oh, yeah.
Yay. Yay for me. And
I
then
can't because I'm angry.
I was like, this was a roller coaster.
Oh,
This
right.
was a ride. And then they're like, "Yeah, so you need to like pack 14 show outfits, and we're not gonna tell you where you're going or where the shows are. And we need you to have the 14 show outfits to like send pictures so they could submit to make sure they're appropriate and not like plastered with brands. Then you're going to need your like normal outfits. Then we're going to have like casual outfits for you that you can like wear for sound check. Oh, and you're only allowed 2 bags." And I was like, "Okay." So the anxiety begins.
Holy crap. I'd have to be like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. 14 show outfits.
And you had to bring them all. Like I thought, oh, they're going to like whittle it down. They're going to be like, "Okay, we like these 7." No, no. Like, I would have, like, consolidated my boot. I did finally. I was like, "These guys, what are they gonna do? Kick me off because I don't have this specific pair of boots on that I wore in the picture that I submitted?" Like, I can't bring. No one told me that it was like all this 14 has to fit in 2 suitcases with like your pajamas, your workout stuff, your like normal, like casual outfits. Like, no. So that was
That
kind of wild.
no,
And
that's
just because I'm
insane.
stubborn, I mean, they were like, "Yeah, you can bring 3, but we're not gonna reimburse you for the 3rd one." And I was like, "I'm doing 2. I don't know how I could physically carry a guitar, like my carry-on, my hats, and more than like 2 suitcases anyways." So I guess I'm just doing it. But you didn't know, like we left the end of February and we didn't know if we were going up north to like upstate New York. Like we don't know, or we could go be going
If we're
like
gonna go to upstate Kentucky,
who the
you
heck
could have been
knows? And I'm like, how many jackets do I need? Do I need shorts? Like, do I need flip flops? Are we headed south?
I would be violently angry. There's no way I'd call him back and be like, I don't want to do it. It's stressing me out. That's ridiculous.
I
I'd have to
I was
bring
like, I
like,
guess I'll
I'd be
just
like
buy it.
my sister or one of my children. I'd have Ava, my daughter would have to come with me and be like, you are bringing these 2 suitcases and you're just, I don't care. We're just going to be poor and just let the house go
Let
because
it go.
I
Just have
can't.
her.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd have people shipping me stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I just like at the end, I was like, whatever's in the sacks, I guess are there, and I can just buy what I need if I need it. And then you leave, and like you don't know when you're coming back. So I had a whole new appreciation for kind of like I don't know, like the other reality shows, like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, like because you don't know when you're coming home. And I left my dogs that are like my kids and my husband, and I'm like
No,
bawling because it
that's
could be
crazy.
a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be like I think the max was like 12. So you don't know how long. And you're just gone and they can't come see you. You're like away from the world living in this bubble of filming. So you're like, okay, I can at least call them. But
Crazy.
yeah.
I've talked to a couple people that have done like Idol and The Voice, and I haven't gotten this kind of information. But there was one of them was a boy. Was there another one as well? I think I can't remember. Anyway, but he didn't tell me the outfit situation.
Yeah.
I
It was kind of crazy.
assumed that they like when you come out with your first like for The Voice, just say with the first one you come out before you get your 4-chair turn, that you're coming out in your clothes, your outfit. But
Yeah.
everything after that, they have dressed you in because that stuff gets fancy.
Yeah, they must have because I don't know. They didn't buy us any outfits for the show, which was fine. Like
Listen here,
whatever.
Blake. Put a little bit more money in your show next time. Buy them some outfits. These people don't have any money, and you know it.
I'm out here like, Mom, can I borrow some more of your outfits from like when you were, touring and stuff? And so luckily I had some stuff from her, but man, it was just like so crazy. And then like you get it now, like you watch, and I hope I'm not like ruining the show or gonna get myself in trouble, but like they do. So like say I wear a pink outfit. There was the first episode I was wearing pink, and they do have a stylist. Like Blake Shelton's stylist was like had this log of all of our outfits and then would be like, okay, well, Jenny's wearing blue tonight, so you can't wear blue. Like we've picked these 2 for you to choose from, and we would really like the pink one if you're comfortable with that. And I'd be like, sure. And so then they choose what outfits to separate everyone and kind of have like everyone in different colors. And you're like, for the whole time there, they're like, we want you in this one today, unless you have a strong opinion why you can't wear that. And
I
then
was like, well, I'm
everybody's
wearing my
like,
period, and I'm kind of bloated today, and that outfit's kind of tight. I
yeah,
want
I
to wear
like,
that one today.
I don't want to do that.
Wow.
So it's very
Mm,
interesting. Like there was a lot of it, like I think it was just like so educational to be like, okay, like that it was a very real experience. That it was 100% real, but just like the staging or how they coordinate colors and things like that, or ask you questions to get answers that they need for production. Like I can't watch reality TV shows now without like going back to my experience and being like, I wonder if
right.
they told them that they had to wear pink today, or I
Yeah.
wonder if they're like, having to, whenever someone asks you a question like, hey Heather, what's your favorite color and why, you have to be like, well, my favorite color is blue because, and you regurgitate the question back so then they
Right.
can edit it. All this stuff I would have never known before.
So much stuff. I'm so amazed at the people that produce these shows though, because it comes out and you're like, this is something like the building the band. I
Yeah.
really like that. That was incredible. But it was like, how the hell are they doing this? It was like, I don't know how quickly it went by, but it seemed really fast. And I was like, okay, you've now formed your group. Bling. See you on stage in an hour. And they
Yeah.
had to sing together while meeting each other when they're coming out, blah, 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 blah. And here comes the other one, blah, blah. Here comes the third one. And you're like,
This is
everything about it.
crazy.
I'm like, no, 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 absolutely not. I think maybe I'm not made for that kind of thing because I don't know that I think about me being a controlling of my environment kind of but I'm pretty sure maybe
Yeah,
I do.
I relate. I like to know
It's
what's happening.
hard. Nobody does the right thing they're supposed to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, like it's not our faults, honestly.
I mean, I'm gonna have to learn. I need to start reading books. We're gonna skip to my 7 rapid fire questions.
Hey, I love rapid fire.
They're not rapid fire. There's
Okay.
7 of them though.
All right. Is it like
They're
a don't think about it and just answer with my gut
no,
instinct?
no. I think that's what I originally thought. I was that person. I thought you're a rapid fire person, and it'll be so fun. And then they'll just say this little tiny thing, and then you just move on. And it's just really not who I am, as we've
Okay.
found out in the very beginning of my interview. But you don't have to give super long answers if you don't want to. But some of them do require a little more thought. Number 1, what would be your ideal vacation? And whether that would be where you go or what you do. And you do not have to reframe that as a question. I edited I'll just let it be.
Oh, okay, perfect. I don't need to do the
It'd
TV
be like,
version.
my ideal vacation would be whether
I think honestly, it depends on my mood, kind of. I don't know. Right now, my mood right now, let's do that. My mood right now, ideal vacation would probably be like going somewhere, one of those little bungalows over the water in like the
I've never done
Maldives
that.
or
I love
something. I've never done that either, but that sounds so fun. And like go with my
this line
husband.
that goes into the ocean.
Yeah, and just like relax and like not think about things because I've
Yes.
definitely been in a phase of life where I'm like overthinking and I constantly think I need to do more. And I'm just not like letting myself just relax and float around in the water. So that's what I think I would want to do.
Okay, good answer. Favorite concert that you've ever attended of someone else's and somebody that you would like to see live?
Hmm. I think probably Cody Johnson. He like did such a good show and it was really small. It was in Central Oregon in a little town called Bend. And he just like put on a heck of a performance. I was by the end, I was like, I want to watch it all again. He was like so full of energy, so good, sounded so good in person. So that's probably one of my favorites so far. Concert that I would like to see. Let me think. Something that's like fun, maybe different. Honestly, I think I would like to go see like Sabrina Carpenter or like Chapel Roan. Like that's definitely off the
Mm,
cuff for me. People are not going to
yeah,
expect that, but have no shame in singing along to some of their music, and I think that they would be a totally different show than what I'm normally used to.
huge production. Okay, number 3, overrated holiday and an underrated holiday.
Overrated holiday. Valentine's Day. I don't think that like that's a good holiday in my humble opinion. I think that you should love your people every day and do nice things for them just because, not because you're supposed to. And I think lots of girls and boys, but sometimes maybe more girls like put a ton of pressure on it.
Yeah,
Like I just like want you to be nice to me because you love me. I don't need special gifts like that poor guy. Like don't make it so hard on him.
right.
But that's just my opinion. And then underrated holiday. These are good questions. Maybe like Veterans Day. I don't know.
Yes.
Like most people just like have sales, but like this is a good day. People like to
Yeah,
recognize like all these people that have really put their life on the line for us. And we get
sacrifice.
to, yes, we get to live in a free country and have all of our freedoms and all our blessings because these people went and put their life on the line and sacrificed for us.
Yeah, that's a good
Needs to be
answer.
more than a sale holiday. I think Veterans Day
Right,
should be. Yeah.
right. Okay, tell me a weird food combo that only you enjoy or something that you think is just so delicious that we totally have to try.
Mm, let's see. A weird food combo. These are really good questions, Heather.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are very good.
Very seriously.
I don't know. I just like love a lot of popcorn. I don't know, that's like
Ooh,
a weird food combo, but like I've put like truffle sprinkles, whatever it's called,
yeah.
seasoning on popcorn. I think that's fabulous. I love melted butter on popcorn. I pretty much put anything on popcorn and it makes me happy. I
Okay, do you
really
make popcorn in a pot?
I actually have a popcorn popper. That's how enthusiastic I am about popcorn.
Love it. Is it an
Yes.
air fry popcorn popper
It
or is it like oil?
Oh no, it's air. Yes, so then you can add what you need to it. Yes, it's like one of those ones that old people have.
I love it. We had my dad is a big popcorn guy, and so we never had like chips in the house,
Mhm.
anything like that. But we always had some oil in the popcorn pot. And
Yeah.
so it was a big cast iron pot that was super heavy. And my dad went in there and then, and then the lid starts coming up.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and then what I didn't realize this, but like microwave popcorn, it goes stale within like what, an hour?
Yeah.
But popcorn that you pop from like scratch stays good for like days.
Yeah, it does.
It's delicious.
And it's probably
So
way better for you than eating radiation, probably. I don't know.
yes, every time I let my baby have it, I'm like, that's not good for you, buddy. But
No,
he's a
but like
chicken. I can't. I just can't. I
it's
wanna
we
be
just can't. Yeah, we
I'm just
can't.
a good mom in so many other ways, and I just like, "Oh, I don't know. I can't do it all." What is the kindest thing anyone has ever done for you? Done for you or
Mm,
or said to you?
kindest thing somebody has done for me. Um, I want to say just like probably I'll give it to my best friend because she is like probably the best at sincerely like making me believe that I am like doing good in my life. Like she makes me take compliments from her, which is something
Good
like you
best
probably
friend.
even discovered. I'm not always the best at. I'm a little
Yeah.
bit more like let's keep it on the very realistic side, but she makes me receive them and like
Yes.
really holds me accountable for when I've had success and like makes me like sit in it. So that's probably the nicest thing. And then she's very honest with me. And I think being honest with people is one of the best gifts you can give instead of just fluffing them up.
What's this? This is what I never get disappointed by these answers. Not once, not ever. Every single time I'm like, these are good questions.
They are
Okay,
really good.
they make because to me it gives you an opportunity. I mean, I think of it two ways. For you, it gives you an opportunity to think about something that maybe you don't think about all the time, and it's not a superhero question. And number two, as a fan, I would be like loving to hear about your best friend that does that for you. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, that's good. Well, she has a really wonderful best friend and she takes very good care of her. Yeah, no, she tells her the truth and she gives her good compliments. It's really important to her. Why her music is so amazing. No, it is. And they would just, they love it so much and I know that because I'm a true fangirl where I just go, anything they tell me, the person that I love, anything they tell me, I'm just like, what? You like Heinz beans? Oh, I wonder what's different than them from other kind of branded beans.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
You know what I mean? Like you're just excited. And then this is like stuff that like some of it's fluff and some of it's like really serious. Like this is a little fluff. Personality pet peeve.
Personality pet peeve. Oh gosh, this one's probably like I don't know if it's a personality trait, but the people that like go and stand right next to the luggage belt. Like when you're waiting for your bags, I'm like, you're not going to get them faster. You're just making it harder for us to get our own. You're really just standing there causing problems. Please move.
As a travel hack, Olivia says, back up, please. 3 feet, please.
You can like,
Don't
please,
see
like
it
everyone
coming.
can have a view of what's coming and what's going. And you can step up, grab your suitcase, and then goodbye. Okay, thank you. Now let's time to hit the road.
I love it so
Yeah, I
much.
can't stand it when they stand right next to it. And then I'm like, with all of my like just atrocious amount of crap that I have to carry around. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, yeah, I'm sorry. Hi, yep. Oh, yep, I got the big one. Yes, you want to comment on how large my suitcase is? Okay, yep. Move.
That's terrible. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's not nice of
Excuse me
me,
while I
but
elbow my way in before I lose it and I'm leaving the stuff behind that I've got
yeah.
right behind here. So I might as well just stand still. Thank you for doing that, sir. What are your words to live by?
I think you have to be 100% authentically who you are and don't be ashamed of it. You need to, like, if you got to tell people you got to go to the bathroom, then you tell people you got to go to the bathroom. Like, you be you and you be proud to be you, no matter how much or how less or little or
Yeah.
big it is. You just be proud of that, because that is the one thing that you can say about yourself that you have that no one else does, because they can't be you, and you're one of a kind. So you just own it and be proud of it.
Love it. All right. Well, I have to thank you so much for your patience with me today. I feel like I was a little off my game. I came back to it eventually, but it did take me a minute. So thank you so much for
Oh my
your
gosh, it
patience
was
with
fun.
that.
I'm sorry I was rattling through it fast in the
No, no,
beginning.
no. It wasn't your fault. You didn't know. I didn't tell. I should. And it was a good thing for me to learn is to say, oh, by the way, you may not know this. So let's do it. This is my goal. I should have said that to begin with.
This okay. I'm back. We had so much fun that my phone died. I'm so sorry. Did I totally
But
throw
it was
you
like,
off?
I have talked her thing to death. And it
Are
has
we good? I
died.
didn't like make you lose anything, did I?
No, because
Okay.
I just let it go. And we have to try to get it back so it's landscape.
Oh yes, hold
It
on. Let me move back. I just
sorry.
wanted to make sure. No, no, it's all good. I was like,
So
oh
we got like
shoot.
1 minute left. Just come back so I can make sure I can finish it properly. I was like, whatever, I'll just play the piano, wait until she comes back.
All right, I'll look at you sideways.
So,
It's all good. I'm sorry I died on you. That was
no,
rude.
that's okay. That's my fault because I didn't start it right.
It's
Anyway, okay.
okay.
What I want to say is thank you so much for being a part of the podcast today. I really enjoyed getting an opportunity to get to know you. And what I would like to say to you is that as you move forward with your beautiful career, I just hope that you take the time to really reflect on your wins, gather the gems and the beauty, the joy in the journey, and that you do listen to the best friend who tells you when you do well and also when you can step up your game, but that you're not always chasing so hard that you forget that you're getting to do the thing that you wanted to do your whole life since you were a little kid. And I hope you keep coming across amazing people sitting in a room of 15 that can welcome you into the next beautiful, great thing that you're going to do, and that you continue to enjoy the beauty of making music and have a wonderful time.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. That made my whole day.
So I hope that you felt I love doing this thing so much. And I hope that you enjoyed your time. I'm sorry that I took up 2 hours of
Oh
your
my gosh.
afternoon on a Sunday.
It's
Ooh.
all good, girl. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to know you. I'm glad that we got to like chat and have fun instead of have it be the like the normal the normal questions. This was
That's
way
the
more
thing. I mean,
enjoyable.
that's what I was saying before was one of the main things when and this all came because I fell in love with Harry Styles and I watched every bit of content that he ever did, every interview that he ever did. And I was like, what would I change if I could interview him?
Yeah.
And I'm like, number one, let's not have a list of stupid questions.
Yeah.
I don't ask you a question that I'm hoping that you can have a one-word answer for.
Yeah.
I want to learn something about your personality without being invasive. I don't want to step into your marriage, but I want to kind of find out like kind of what kind of partner you are because you tell me a little bit about like how you like to vacation or like
Yeah.
what foods that you like to eat. So you and your hubby are having fun popcorn flavors. Like that's nice. But I don't have to get into the nitty gritty of your relationship because I don't want to be a part of that narrative. I have a very specific narrative that I want to run. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
So anyway, but thank you so much for being a part of it today. I really had
Oh
a
my
good
gosh. Me too. Yes, I wish we were closer. I could
I know.
swing
Well,
by
if
and
you
bring you
ever come
popcorn
this
and
way,
wine.
if you're ever in Nashville or if you've got a plan to have a show in Nashville, let me know or in Atlanta, obviously. But sometimes it's easier if it's in Nashville, but let me know. And
I
I have
will.
connections there so I can stay. I like to see the people that I interview in concert if at all possible. I got another one coming up in February.
Oh, fun.
So it's super fun. And the first time I did it, I turned around and I didn't know. Like I kind of was like, will she recognize me? Like I don't know. It took
Yeah.
me a long time, but you never know how people remember things. And she turned around, she was like, "Oh, hi, Heather," and I was like,
Oh, it's so
so fun,
sweet. I love it.
so fun. All right, well, you keep on doing all the things. I feel like you can. You've got so much good stuff ahead of you. You're
Oh,
uber
thank
talented.
you.
So stop looking at other people's socials and stop looking at their discography and Spotify and focus on your own discography. You got stuff to do.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I needed this from you today. So you did my heart good.
Good,
I hope that
good,
you know that.
good. Take it in. Take it
Thank
in.
you.
I am that best friend that you're talking about. All my friends are like, I don't think, I'm like, you better stop it. I'm going to come over there and whoop your butt.
we
So
need
important.
Heathers in our
We
life.
need encouragers. We need people to encourage us. And I have people that encourage me too. Because trust me, I have days where I go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. And I'm terrible and nobody's ever listening. And then I go, oh, come on, Heather, just don't quit. Come on.
That's what I won't quit if you don't quit.
Okay, I'm in it.
Deal.
All right, so much fun. Have a great rest of your day.
Oh, thank you. Yes, have a great Sunday. Enjoy your fam and your roommate. And I hope I'll see you again soon.
Absolutely. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, darling.